Hey, welcome to the Power of Purpose, Purpose Friday. You know, we say happy hour with a purpose. We have a very special treat today, special guest. And I'm going to tell you, we've been talking a lot about mentoring and the power of mentors. And you guys have seen some of the things that are happening with our students. We're going to talk more about that. Donald Trump giving them a $100,000 check last week to empower and further the mission of the nonprofit for veterans housing. We take these Purpose Fridays, we celebrate, we share, we help spark you guys to go out and be the ones too that'll make the difference. And as we talk about mentors, I've shared the importance of mentors in my life. And I wouldn't be where I am without the most incredible mentors I've had. And today I have such an honor and a privilege to bring one of my biggest mentors on to share what he's been doing with us, what he's doing with our students, what he has done throughout his career to impact the world in a big way. And it's so amazing, Chase, to be able to come on Purpose Fridays and introduce my mentor. We so much wanted him to be on the webcam. We did a test, we tried. And so my mentor, Mr. Chase Magnuson, will be sharing with us over the telephone. You know, we've learned persistence, haven't we all? That to create success, a big key of it is persistence. You know, I got a text the other day from a friend that said 95% of the people work in businesses for 5% of the people that never gave up. Well, my mentor, Mr. Chase Magnuson, one of the things he said to me once was the persistence is what he looks at. So when me and Derek and Chase, we've been having Murphy all around us. I mean, the internet's not working, the signals go out, the GoToWebinar doesn't work. We're here. That's such a key to you and your nonprofit. Where you're going to go, the persistence. And that's what Chase has been with us hand in hand for almost 10 years now, teaching us the power of persistence, building relationships, being patient. And so, Chase, it's such an honor to have you with us. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, but a little chilly in Washington, D.C., unfortunately.
Oh, I can relate to that, Chase. I was in North Carolina for the last 2 weeks with my daughter and son-in-law and grandsons. What a joy that was. And Super Bowl, you know how big I am with Broncos, to be in Panther country. But it was cold. Last night I flew into Phoenix. Chase, it's 89 degrees in Phoenix today. So I've gone from cold to wow, my granddaughter's been in the pool this morning.
That works. That works.
Well, Chase, thank you so much for joining us on Purpose Fridays. It's just another attribute that you bring to us. You're there, you're with us, you support us, you guide us, you mentor us. So tell everyone that's with us today a little bit more about your background, what got you first involved with charitable giving of real estate. What led you into it?
Well, I'd give you a checkered history of my business career in real estate. And basically, over the last 40 years, I've been in various portions of real estate, including commercial real estate development, commercial brokerage, being a specialist in 1031 exchanges, and also handling bank portfolios of repossessed properties. And about 20 years ago, Prudential hired me, and one of my functions was to go among the 212 business units within Prudential Insurance and lead them to our affiliate wing that handled residential and commercial real estate. And after I'd had a discussion with the securities people, the insurance people, homes and other areas. They said, well, you're in real estate. What's going on with these nonprofits? We've got people that are giving them ranches and shopping centers and apartment complexes and ski villas and Aspen. There's something going on out there. And I said, well, I've done a couple of charitable transactions for churches, but I'll go find out. And Prudential took my proposal to get an education in the subject area, and they sent me to between 80 and 90 seminars across the country over 2 years to delve into all of the various aspects of real estate, gifting, and just general nonprofit fundraising issues, taxation, compliance rules, and all of that. And as I was meeting with charities after that, I discovered that their concern was that they're so risk averse that they turn away virtually billions of dollars every year in real estate gifts that are offered to them. And I thought there was business opportunity there. I did a business plan for Prudential, and they decided that they wanted to keep their core business units in place and not shake the tree. And so I went out and opened my own private practice, representing national charities and solving problems for charities so they could feel more comfortable taking real estate. And that's what I've been doing for the last 20 years.
And Chase, tell everyone joining us today, you guys, it's Purpose Friday. This is our happy hour. We're have fun. Tell everyone about our coincidental, our chance coming together and meeting each other and the family.
Well, I was sitting in a parking lot in Santa Fe, New Mexico on the phone with somebody running a charity in Seattle, and that person happened to have told Sherry about me, and the next call I got was from Sherry, and still sitting in the parking lot, and she said, if you're in New York, I'll come and see you there. Wherever you can see me, I'll get on the plane. You're doing exactly what we needed. And I said, well, as a matter of fact, I'm in Santa Fe. And she went, wow, well, we're in Albuquerque. So we quickly got together and started having breakfasts as sort of tutorials on where I've been. And Derek, and I have spent a lot of time over the last 8 years talking about how to position charities to take real estate. And for me, it's leaving a legacy by leaving organizations such as Sherry's and Derek's in place that help people across the country. So I'm leveraging it forward.
Oh, and Chase, what a gift it was to us to share with everyone with us, to our client, our mentoring student that was out there and had met with Chase, and charitable giving real estate as a funding mechanism for nonprofits to heighten in your mission to do even more. And I was like, that's interesting. Chase, they sent us the article that was in the New York Times, and and Forbes, and the things you would do. And I was like, I told Derek and everyone sitting there, I said, you guys, we're going to call him. I don't care where he is. If this is going to be that opportunity for our nonprofits, we're going. And Chase, to be on the phone with you within 5 minutes and to know you had such a beautiful opportunity to take our nonprofits further and saying, we'll fly wherever you are and meet you, and to have you say, well, I'm in a little place in New Mexico, and we're like, oh my goodness, you guys, when you're on the right path, when you're doing things. Chase, I met with one of our mentoring students today who is phenomenal, does holistic healing, beautiful, and we're helping her with their nonprofit. She was invited to the NFL Super Bowl breakfast last weekend, and for her to have that door open and for her to be meeting with the NFL folks to start doing projects with their different foundations, and for her to start just talking to him about the opportunity with charitable giving of real estate, those are the kind of things, just like Chase, when Derek and I and our family, I think we met the next day at Copeland, remember, on in Albuquerque, and we knew that our journey was going to be incredible. Um, so what's your experience, Chase? So you can just, it's happy hour, we can talk. What's your experience been like working with us and our family and our students that are taking this forward?
I hope that you would take it in the right fashion that I'm meaning it. You guys have virtually been giant sponges. And I throw material in an hour and a half. I throw maybe 5 or 6 years of learning in one niche portion of our marketplace. You guys absorb it, and then you go out and use your own creativity to craft how it works for you and your client base. And I best described the family, although being nice and being very, very bright and being very entertaining when we have our meetings. You're agile, and best of all, from my point of view, is that you really do take to heart what I suggest you do in the way of managing some of the business affairs and gifts that you get. And since you're a small board of directors, you're able to do things that giant corporations and giant organizations that I represent across the country take weeks and weeks to do. Derek can turn on a dime and get a contract out for one of these donations virtually within hours, where if I were dealing with an AARP or somebody like that in the country, there would be so many overlaying review mechanisms to accomplish the same goal, that it's refreshing to have a team like your family, Sherry, that takes in the information I give you and then you act upon it. Very rare.
Well, Chase, and that's a real tribute to you. When we have a mentor like you, we are going to be sponges, and to take what your wisdom and your guidance, and you guys, the power of the mentoring, to get a mentor, surround yourself with mentors, because Chase has taken us places. Derek, it just is amazing, Chase, to watch how that has been. And Chase, what I say from our end, you guys, and for all of you listening, when you come together like that to be that sponge and to respect and love each other and support each other, we're like family now. Chase, you're part of our family now. It's such an honor to be sharing this with everyone, and sharing you, Chase, because you're brilliant, you're making an impact, and you've got a heart like none other. And so to have such a brilliant business leader as a mentor, and to also have the heart, amazing.
I appreciate that, and although you're painting me with a wonderful brush on and a picture on the canvas on being brilliant and everything else, I want everybody on this call and everybody when I do my national seminars and that sort of thing. I only know one corner of what's going on, and the creativity for gifts of real estate is the most exciting area of real estate that I have seen. And I'm not bragging. I have lots of national awards for creative real estate, but everybody can figure out being creative on how to come up with solutions on these gifting arrangements. So I haven't invented everything that we're seeing, everything that is going to impact the whole nonprofit world, gifting of real estate and that sort of thing. So I also learn. It's a two-way street. When I talk to charities, no matter what size they are, they come up with a variation on the theme. So we're all in this together, and I hope that I can propel people down the road to more fundraising, which ends up improving the mission that they're on, and an opportunity to really live out your legacy as you want. That's as concise as I can put it.
Well, and Chase, to watch our pathways, where when we're taking this forward, now to be reaching out not only to nonprofits, but to donors. And what I thought was so powerful and amazing. And still, when you know that and have the faith and know things happen the way they should, I still sit back in awe when you wrote your book, Chase, and Chase has a phenomenal book, you guys, and I'll let Chase talk about that. Chase now educating donors on the possibilities. So we've been educating nonprofits. We're talking about a $1 trillion industry. We're talking about the majority of the wealth in this country is held in real estate. The opportunity for people who are aging to be a part of our nonprofits, at the same time give them benefits. So Chase wrote a book that's beautiful, so well laid out that we use to start educating donors. About the same time that was being worked on, we were developing proprietary software that could reach donors. And I thought that was amazing, Chase, that within the same amount of time, both of those came out. So now we've got start educating donors along with nonprofits. So Chase, speaking of family, for me, as a CEO, as a mom, as now the Chief Visionary Officer, to watch Derek excel and have this be his passion and his purpose in life is to take this forward. What's it been like working with Derek? And he considers you, Chase, also his top mentor. And share the experience of mentoring Derek and how that's led us up to this point with the successes he and our clients are having around the country.
Well, I would describe Derek as having no fear. He'll call me on behalf of one of your clients and say, we've got 5 properties in Florida. We're trying to close them all at the same time. Nobody knows what they're doing down there, but we know there's a gift there. How do we put it together? And he and I go bing, 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 and we lay out item action work sorts of things to do. And within 2 days, Derek's got it done. He's back saying, well, if they don't take this gift arrangement, we may have to come up with another. But I have a number of chaseisms, and one of my chaseisms is that all real estate gifts are perishable. Donors, once they've made up their mind, they're going to do something. You've got to stay on top of it, or they can go to any of the other 1,600,000 charities that are in the country and go try and place the gift somewhere else. And Derek has moved swiftly on behalf of your clients as well as on behalf of your charity to garner some real estate gifts to give us really a base and a platform to sell those gifts and do wonderful funding. But while we're doing that, he's learning the nuances of closings, the tax laws, and attorneys across the country that he can talk with. And quite often when a real estate gift is sizable, you're going to have an attorney on behalf of the donor as well as their accountant wanting to talk to somebody that's got the degree. So that network that you're building out right now, that Derek's building, is absolutely wonderful. And it's just imperative to have long-range success with what we're doing. And also I would mention, it's fair to mention, and I want everybody to hear also, you only get one mistake in this business. So you better understand what you're doing and not try and develop something new or take a shortcut, because as large as the industry is, it will run through absolutely every publication on something that somebody shouldn't do. So you don't want to be a lightning rod. That doesn't mean you can't be aggressive. It doesn't mean that you can't be creative. But this is not an area of the law that you want to mess with, because so many people are watching over that. And Derek has been blocking and tackling, and I have not seen any indication that he is trying to expand the envelope in which the IRS might say that's a no-no. And it's a warning, and it's an accomplishment and an observation I've made on Derek.
That's awesome. Well, Chase, for me, I can say, and for you, it must feel pretty special to see Derek continuing your legacy of transforming how nonprofits can raise funds through real estate donations.
Well, it has, and you just touched on the whole computer letter writing program that Derek has put together, and you've overlaid several different disciplines. That's one of the most incredible vehicles I've ever seen in the nonprofit world. So you guys surprised me when you rolled that program out. Even small charities can use that to their benefit, and it's innocuous. It's not invasive when the letters arrive at somebody's door saying, "Have you ever thought about giving your property, all or a part of it, to this charity?" Whoever wrote the letter. And large organizations have teams of virtually dozens and dozens of people that call and go on visits every day to try and meet with members of their church or universities or hospitals, and you've shortcutted that and made it very inexpensive, and I take my hat off to you on that.
I'll never forget when we always go meet with Chase in all of our office, right? The local coffee shop. That's our hangout together. And Derek went to go unveil it and give you a preview of what he was building with his team. And Chase's eyes got big, and he said, "This is like the Ferrari of anything I've ever seen." Chase, it's those kind of things as a mentor that you also give confidence and help us keep moving forward. And I've watched that in Derek with you providing that level of confidence in where he's going and what he's doing. So I thank you for that, and it's been such a fun journey, Chase. Well, where do you see the power of charitable giving of real estate playing as a role for nonprofits in the future?
Well, that's a pretty broad question. If I could rephrase it my own terms, I'd say it's the opportunity for small nonprofits to get their feet on the ground and get some financial stability under them, but it's virtually got an unlimited upside if they get the expertise and know how to handle it. Because you talk in terms of this being a $1 trillion business, when in fact it might be as much over the next 25 to 35 years, 16 trillion, based on the numbers that they have got on what portion of the national wealth that's held in real estate that is going to be transferred as people get older. And kind of an enjoyable thing, it doesn't apply to Derek, and it certainly doesn't apply to you, but some of us that have been around for some period of time and finding our second or third careers find a nice soft spot where we're in our 60s and 70s, that we're talking to contemporaries, and then the people that we're dealing with up to 90, 93 years old that are still trying to fund their favorite charity. That takes a special touch, in my opinion, that one might be able to learn, but it comes very, very natural. And I think that Derek has got that, along with his technical expertise, which will serve him well in years to come.
I love that, Chase. One of the things that we also talk to our students about, we are being able to have the opportunity to be with people like the NFL. We invited our team to the NFL Super Bowl parties and be around Dave Meltzer, that's getting the humanitarian award, and people that have done very, very well in life. We're meeting with a gentleman that has a $1 billion company. And Chase, sitting with them, they come back to us and say, I've bought a lot of stuff. I have a lot of toys. I've complicated my life. And I'm now 65 years old saying, what's my life about? What am I going to be remembered for? How can I be a part of this? And this vehicle, charitable giving of real estate, even folks that give to charities, to be able to just go to them and say, did you know you can help even more through your real estate? It's the most wonderful conversation to bring forth and open that door of people that are now saying, I want to be able to distribute my wealth in a way that makes a difference. Um, so, Chase, we talked about Derek and what he's doing with this system and everything. Would you like to bring and introduce him into our audience and share the experiences and let him come on, talk about what he's doing with the students from the mentoring and the side by side? You and him, I know, are connected all the time in taking these gifts forward. So I'd love to have you bring Derek in.
Well, I don't need to say this to a mother that's very, very proud of her son, but Derek is truly unique with a pleasant personality and very, very bright. That I think he's on his own mission now, and the mission is to expand the world of nonprofits and to learn everything he can about real estate donations. And I can assure you that we've closed a number of them over the last 6 months that most charities or most planned giving people wouldn't even have thought about trying. And so as we build on the successes, Derek's got a long career ahead of him, should he choose to stay in the role that he's in now. I'm waiting for his next Einstein-type discovery, like his computer database for the mailing list to come out, so I can see that before I go into the sunset. So with that, I welcome him on board, and I'd like to hear what he has to say this afternoon.
Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh.
Yeah, all right, Derek.
It's nice that it's so Derek, it's nice that it's so beaten up so much. It means you read it every night before you go to sleep. Okay. Thank you all. I'm signing
Thanks,
off.
Dave. Oh, that's awesome, Derek. What a fun happy hour to have our mentor on. I started to get emotional. And Derek, to follow up on that, what you said, he's so humble. I mean, you guys, his credibility, he's been in Forbes, he's been in Fortune. I mean, you don't do get like that. And George Washington University, that's why he's in Washington, D.C. They brought him in to set it. Okay, there you are. You're back. You're back. Well, Derek, this is a great time to let everyone in on the drum roll that for 2 years people have been saying, when are we going to do a live event? When are you going to do a live event? We've been building, you guys, with our mission to launch and empower at least 10,000 nonprofits, and then building the software that you're leading, Derek, and bringing all that together, and our student successes. Another student, the one I was saying last week, was handed a $100,000 check from Donald Trump. The successes. So we're coming together March 11th through 13th in San Diego to do a Power of Purpose live event where you're going to be hearing from the students that Derek's working with on the inner circle. And Derek, when I came and was a part of, and you guys, it was so cool because I didn't lead it or have to do all the details or everything. I just showed up. And Derek had it's called a Purpose Pioneers Summit, and he said, trailblazing the pathway to social enterprise. And to see all of the students that had come together every week in the inner circle, they were building a movement, they were helping each other, finding property in Las Vegas that the donor wasn't really thrilled about her mission. I mean, he wasn't not thrilled about it, it just didn't hit his heart. But she started talking about, that we have a lot of nonprofits. One of them is working with foster kids transitioning out of foster care, and he goes, oh my gosh, that's what I'm all about. So again, at that inner circle, building that momentum where you're helping each other, you guys, you've got to come and join us at our live event, March 11th through 13th. And Derek, have him, go to info at the Power of Purpose. Students that are doing real estate deals, that are making things happen. And Derek, a tribute to what you brought together. You guys, you heard Chase talking about, and of course he didn't talk about himself, because Chase is, he Ivy League universities, put his time and energy with Derek, with the Power of Purpose, with charitable giving of real estate. I think that's huge for our mentoring students. And Derek, I was thinking, you guys, there's so much happening. To have this happy hour to share with you, our students are just flying high, like Lisa this morning at the NFL breakfast, and there's so much happening. If you guys want to see how you can get a free ticket to come to the event, go to nonprofitwebclass.com. That's a free live training, and you can find out how to get free tickets to the event. So we've got a lot of different educational resources. So I hadn't even thought till right now. It's like, oh my gosh, go to nonprofitwebclass.com, go to the free training, and find out how to get free tickets to come to the event. And then also, Derek, mentoring. We're exploding with our mentoring. One of our Purpose Fridays, you're going to be meeting some of our team that's going to be at the live event. And I know, Derek, you and Ryan, our lead mentor, were able to share with everyone at one of our happy hours. So mentoring, the power of mentoring, what it's done for us. Look where, Derek, look where we are with charitable giving of real estate. I love that Chase said a sponge because of mentors. We would not have learned this on our own, and life gets in the way and things happen. But when you've got a mentor there keeping you focused, keeping you on the track. So, Derek, mentoring, thepowerofpurpose.com/mentoring, go check out our mentoring. We do application only. And so we've got so many different ways we can help you go out and make the impact and bring solutions to a country that really needs it right now, whether it's in education, arts, youth, seniors, housing, renewable energy, veterans. We have nonprofits, wellness centers, nonprofits that are led by doctors who are medical doctors or became naturopathic doctors and bring an integrative to us and our country and the healing. So whatever your pathway is, whatever your purpose is, this is such a beautiful entity, the nonprofit corporation with the funding that Chase and Derek are leading you through today. It's such an untapped. When Chase first met with us, and it was like, I've been in the nonprofit world for 20 some years, and wasn't a big part of my funding strategy 10 years ago. We met Chase, and I thought, wow. And when he started saying that 85% of real estate donations are rejected, what Chase didn't tell you is his titles on his name, CCIM, this, I mean, he's a real estate guru beyond anyone you've learned from. And for him to say today that this is the most exciting, powerful opportunity with funding in the charitable giving real estate, in any aspect of real estate. And he has led, he was keynote as a big national CCIM conference. He really is a leader in the real estate world. And this is where he sees the biggest opportunity is in charitable giving of real estate. So come and join us. Go to nonprofitwebclass.com, go to our mentoring, fill out the application, come to our live event. You guys, together, we're going to really make an impact and turn this country. Bring it back. Bring that American dream back. I'm fired up, Derek. I've been with my 2 grandsons for the last 2 weeks, and I'm with my granddaughter right now. And it's up to us, you guys, to make sure we're now leaving this world a place where they have opportunities and they have a great future ahead of them. So I just had to get that in there, Derek. I'm really passionate about what this can do for this country and our students succeeding. And Derek, what's so fun, talk about this now, Derek and I interviewed them both last week. We did Tim and Phyllis, and both of them talked about how much fun it was. I mean, they both said, this is incredible. The people we're getting to meet, Lisa this morning, being at the NFL breakfast with the Super Bowl, and how much fun now to have a purpose and be able to talk to them about what she's doing. She said, I sat there at the entrance of my hotel waiting for somebody to come and get me I never met, and thought, I can't believe I have this opportunity I never would have had, but now because of my nonprofit. I love hearing that. And it's happy hour, so we got to talk about the fun and where this journey will take you. And you, Derek, as Chase has mentored us, and when he started telling us about how many 85% rejected and that, we see it. We have examples. We live it. We breathe it. I mean, when we did, one of our students with the nonprofit with female veterans sent out the letters, and she got a call back and called us, and we talked, and this lady got on the phone and said, when I got the letter from the software that said, we'll accept real estate, love to talk to you, and she said, I thought, this is a scam. It's too good to be true. So she called, and she said, I work with the National Property Management Company. I was tasked with donating some of the property to nonprofits because that's part of the cause marketing for them, plus the tax deductions. And she said, I have called every nonprofit in the area and large ones, names you definitely know, United Way, big names, and they all acted like I was either a scam or they said, oh, we don't deal with real estate. And she said, you guys are the only ones I've talked to. And so it's not just things we hear about, we're living it, we're seeing it. And Derek, it's almost daily with you now, with all the students and the letters going out, that I hear something that just explodes with this. When you said, oh, we have a property that's potentially being donated, a commercial property and a warehouse, he wants to meet with us. He lived in his property was in a whole nother part of the state. Couldn't find out he lived in Albuquerque, and you met with him last week because he loves what we're doing, the mission. What happened how many properties does he have? Even though we just knew about that little one, what happened? Yeah. Guys, that'll give you the education, Derek, to take that message forward. Yeah. Oh. And if you don't have a nonprofit, you guys are Derek, if they don't have a nonprofit, go fill out our mentoring application. You guys come and join us, be a part of the movement. And if you come to live event, go to nonprofitwebclass.com and watch that training. I just did another free training, and it's 90 minutes. It really is in-depth training on setting up your nonprofit, bringing in the funding, and you'll find out how to get live tickets to or free tickets to our live event. So Derek, today I'm going to tell you that we don't even have time to take question and answers because Derek, we now in 30 minutes are going to meeting with the one of the biggest developers and builders in the country who wants to take charitable giving of real estate to a new height with us. So, guys, it's happening so fast. Come and join us. Come and be part. There's a lot of different avenues you can join us. Oh my gosh! Oh, Ryan, I love seeing you guys. We're so busy that Ryan and I, we're all like all over the place. Ryan, what a great thing to be at happy hour and finally get to see each other. You look
I
great.
know. I was in the neighborhood. I was in the neighborhood, and I thought I would just swing in and see how things were going over here with Purpose Friday.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you. You look
Yeah,
great.
right. Hmm. Well, yeah, that's a great little teaser, and so awesome. Well, I hope today was educational, and charitable giving in real estate is a very powerful thing. I would leave you with here's a little bonus. Here's a little bonus info on charitable giving in real estate. There's four ways, and this is what I teach and what we've taught in charitable gifting of real estate. There's four ways to approach people for charitable giving of real estate. Number one is tell everybody you know that you accept real estate as a gift. Number two is go to people that could benefit from a real estate giving situation. Planners, estate planners, attorneys, realtors, on the radio, talk on the radio to folks about it. That's number two. Number three is look at every property you drive by differently. And if you see a property that's in your neighborhood that you've driven past for the last 10 years and you've always said, ooh, I'd love to have that property, and just call them. Find out who owns it and call them, and you'll be amazed when you start to talk to people about your mission and what you're doing. You'd be amazed at the response you get. And number four, we use a mailing campaign to mail out letters to high equity and free and clear properties. So I'll leave you with that little bonus for because that's a question people always have is, well, how do we do real estate? So again, it's real simple, and again, exciting. It's very exciting stuff. One of my favorite topics, and can't wait to connect again next week and again in March at our live event. And if you want to see my beautiful face more, go to check out the mentoring program. We're again, it's a fun time. We have a lot of fun, and again, we don't drop off a basket of fish on your doorstep and walk away. I come inside and teach you how to become a fisherman, and it's so you can have fish forever. And so we have a very fun and unique approach to the nonprofit world, and we smile a lot. So
I love that you add in the fun. Ryan and I had nonprofits years and years ago in the same community together, and man, Ryan, it was a blast. I had so much fun. You and I, we set that community on its head and got that affordable housing out there, and you were amazing. So I'm so
I learned from you. I just learned from you.
we talked about Chase being our mentor. And you guys,
We didn't take no for an answer. That's the one thing that made us an A team is when most people come across an obstacle, they just kind of hang their head and walk away. We didn't take no for an answer. When someone said no, we just looked at them and said, "You really mean yes? You just don't know it yet." And so we had a lot of fun.
and you know what, Ryan, you'll love this because the respect we have for Chase as our mentor. When I asked Chase, I said, "Well, what's it been like with working with Derek?" And he said, "You got it's like he's like a sponge, and then he goes out and takes action. He implements it." And he said, "The thing I can say the most is he never gives up." And I love that. It's like that's
Yeah.
what we've always said, never give up. And so Chase really was amazing. You guys, what a privilege for all of you guys to have an hour of Chase's time, and in the mentoring program, to be a part of Ryan, and then to be a part of Derek with the charitable giving. Just I felt. Now I don't want to make you too big headed, so I'm not. I'll tell you guys the rest later. But it's really an honor to be a part of this team. I'm so excited about things. I've just never felt. We've done some awesome things, but the momentum just feels incredible.
Amen.
Okay, so Ryan, we tell them go to nonprofit web class, go to the free training if you get your nonprofit going, go to check out the mentoring and fill out the application and see how we can work together, and come to our live event. We've got a lot of different ways we're going to bring people together to create an impact for your kids, Ryan, for my grandkids, for your nephew, nieces, and for us. It's a ton of fun. So come on, it's Purpose Friday, happy hour. It's have fun with it. Enjoy the
Hey,
journey.
I'm not shaving. I'm not shaving until the live event, just so you know. So I'll be there.
I Ryan, when I talk to people, when we accept someone in the mentoring, like last week I was talking to someone and they'd fill out the application and the team went over and it was like, that's going to be fun. And so when I did call, I said, wait till you meet Ryan. He's what a character. And then you're going to go be part of Derek. So you guys have no idea what I get to tell everyone about you guys. So you guys, it's been so awesome, and thanks you guys for always making this happen and always giving your best with your minds, with your hearts, and it's such a cool thing to be a part of you guys.
Amen. Likewise. Thank you, guys.
See you guys.